Have you downloaded Threads yet?
No, and I didn't know what you were talking about when you said Threads.
Yeah, so we have yet another Twitter clone.
Okay.
So
you're saying this has a chance, though, because it's IG, which is really Facebook, which is really Zuck.
Well, okay.
So it has a chance.
Let's start. Well, not necessarily. I mean, the guy's insisting on VR, and that's gone nowhere. Like Horizon Worlds had like 58 active users. But here, you mentioned Mark Zuckerberg.
Sometimes you have masturbatory performances for a reason.
That's fine. That's fine. Because you're bored, you're rich, got to come up with the next thing. Let's process this for a second, all right? Because Zuckerberg, who runs Meta, which is Facebook, and has basically fed you garbage app. I mean, Facebook is a garbage app. And Instagram, which used to be a cool app that I took pictures on, has become a garbage app over time because they insist on making money off of Reels and XYZ. They got to keep people on the app, right? If I were to go on Instagram right now, I'm seeing less from the people I actually want to see from, and I'm getting fed nonstop Disney influencers. I looked at one.
Who made that choice, sir?
Me. Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Or I'm sorry, it's me. Hi, I'm the problem. It's me. So, like, I looked at one like old school Disney commercial, right, from like an account called Disney Days Gone By or something, and now I get influencers telling me about, you got to try this new cookie. No, I don't want to try this new cookie, regardless. So let's not act like Facebook and Instagram are these wonderful apps these days. They've been ruined just like everything else on the internet. Are you familiar with the term the enshittification of the net?
No.
Okay. This was coined by, I think it was Cory Doctorow, who's been like an internet guy for a really, really long time. I think he was part of the old Boing Boing internet. Anyway, regardless, it ties all the way back to the days of Prodigy, like the first online internet providers.
Wow.
And that essentially every online product that has ever existed starts out great.
Sure.
The community builds it up. It becomes this thing that the users power. But then the tech bros get mad because, well, wait a minute. We got to start making money off this. And it becomes all right, time for you to buy stuff. Therefore, the enshittification of the internet occurs. And it's happened with everything. Every app has its moment, and then it gets enshittificated because the tech bros have to find money or they need an exit strategy, XYZ, right? So here we are now with Threads.
I feel like you just explained the problem with the modern media, but you did it. You summed it up.
I summed it up just like that. I mean, I didn't come up with the phrase.
Let's chase this high. Let's chase the dragon.
Yeah.
Wait a second. We got to make money off of this dragon.
Oh, crap. Hold on. I mean, who knows? Maybe that'll happen to us. The point is that
we sell ads, sir.
I know. The point
we have an actual business model
that Elon Musk has done such a horrendous job as the owner of Twitter,
right?
That we're all, think about this, we're all running to Zuckerberg to save us. The guy who's been part of privacy scandals, the guy who, you want to talk about chasing the dragon, ruined the media business, ruined newspapers, because they gave him,
he was part of it,
false info on videos. Remember the whole pivot to video? That's Zuck's problem. He made that happen. And people lost jobs because of that. Because people were just chasing the Facebook algorithm, and then they can just one day go, we're going to change our algorithm today. And it screwed everybody. All right. So this is who you're dealing with. And we're all like, sign me up. I need my Threads. Let's go.
I'm going to try to do this as gently as possible.
Yeah.
This is the girl in college who thinks the former boyfriend is the only boyfriend that she could possibly have. So she's like, well, I broke up with him, but man, I got to go back to him. He's the only one. Mm-hmm. Not realizing, look at all of these things out here.
Yeah.
So in our minds, right? And you say Facebook's dead or whatever it is.
No, it's not just dead.
Or it's garbage or whatever.
Garbage.
The truth of the matter is it still hasn't. And it does kind of remind me of newspapers. 20 years ago, newspapers, it was, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? And I would sit there and I would say, I mean, life expectancy of these 40-year-olds, you would think you got a good, solid another 25 years. I mean, it's solid.
Mm-hmm.
So why wouldn't you super serve that group?
Yeah.
And okay, if it ends in 25 years, it ends in 25 years, but you still have those 25 years.
Mm-hmm.
Same premise. Now it's like, well, I'm old, right? We're old by social media terms.
Yes, by social media terms.
most of our generation and 10 and 20 plus years are on Facebook.
Yes.
So you have a captive audience.
To your point, this is
a captive audience.
To your point, this is what I was leading to with Threads. Last week or earlier this week, can't remember what show it was. We talked about how sports Twitter is essentially dying.
Yes.
Last night was pretty fascinating because all these other Twitter clones have popped up. Mastodon.
Yeah, you keep
Blue
naming them,
Sky.
and I can't keep.
I mean, there's 5 different Twitter clones at this point in time, right? And Blue Sky, I've tried it. Like, it's tough to get traction. Like, do I have to go and follow? Like, I have to go refollow people. There's no real like import tool.
No, it's hard for us.
It's I got to rebuild. Like, man, I got like 26,000 followers on
Twitter. We have a legit
Twitter
following.
I got to rebuild this crap.
Yeah.
Right. So to your point about the olds, well, sports fans are older. Old millennials.
Yes. They are effing killing us. Yes.
Yes. So it's millennials who are sports fans, our generation, whether you're Gen X, me being Oregon Trail.
Yeah.
And then you got the older generations who truly care about sports. And they're all hanging out on those types of apps, Facebook, Instagram, etc. Whereas Gen Z is not spending as much time or watching sports for that matter.
No.
I mean, how many times have we talked about how Gen Z is quote unquote killing sports? Millennials never did that. Millennials get blamed for all sorts of stuff, even though they're in their 30s. Millennials are actually sports fans.
Millennials don't want to pay for shit. That's what they've killed.
And that's fine. But they're still sports fans. So they gravitate towards where sports stuff is. And what was the beauty of Twitter versus every other social media platform is that the real-time tweeting helped with watching sports.
Correct.
Okay. It felt like a sports bar with all your friends watching something at the same time. Live events and Twitter are just chef's kiss. Before they started feeding you For You or, you know, lifting up stupid blue checks and all that stuff, it was great for that sort of stuff. So I've tried Blue Sky. I didn't mess with Mastodon because it sounded confusing. Reddit's its own beast. Nothing could match that. So I signed up for Threads. You know why Threads is actually going to take sports Twitter over to that app? Because all the people who are already inclined to like sports have already signed up for Instagram. Okay. It already had an install base. I think they got to 10 million signups already within less than 24 hours. And I started seeing Adam Schefter, Woj, Shams. Shams actually were the first ones on there. He actually got a beta to be established and ready to go. So if those insiders are starting to gravitate towards Threads, which they never did with Mastodon,
right?
They never did with Blue Sky, because they understand that their demographics are more likely to be hanging out there. Well, you might actually start seeing that shift over to Threads.
All right, I'll try.
Now the problem is, again, it's new, it's kind of chaotic. I'm getting stuff fed to me algorithmically. I don't mind it right now because it's actually helping me rediscover people.
Sure.
But, you know, the people who are inclined to check us out were already on Instagram, and my follow list skyrocketed. Like I was like 500 follows. I'm still struggling with like 20 followers on Blue Sky because, again, the audience that is likely to like sports is already there because they're older. So the thing that Threads needs to do, and apparently they're working on it right now, is they do need to come up with a chronological order thing. Now, again, this is another example of you and I just being old. I like chronological order.
Yes.
It makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't need this Inception shit.
I don't need that.
Yeah.
But what's funny is that the younger demographics do not care about that stuff.
Don't.
TikTok has basically broken them of anything chronological. They just want to see good stuff all the time. So that's what's happening on.
They're big Quentin Tarantino fans.
Really,
it doesn't matter. The end. That's fine.
I don't care if this TikTok is 6 months old. I don't care. I just want good stuff. I need my chronological order. If they finally come away with that, and they got until football season to do that, if they come up with a chronological order feature where the only people that I follow I get to see and it happens in order, well, then that actually might be the final nail in the coffin for Twitter.